Greetings fellow dwarfers, welcome to the first Red Dwarf nerd video in about a year. Yes, I wear glasses for videos now. But at least I've not gone bald. So, it's perhaps not been a true vintage year for Red Dwarf fans as far as news, events and new content goes, but looking back, we've certainly got some talking points. So let's start with something positive from 2025. A brand new Red Dwarf box set available on DVD and Blu-ray, plus Red Dwarf episodes now being available in audio format. So on October 6th, a complete box set was released, covering every episode from the first series right the way through to the Promised Land, or Series 13 as it's sometimes getting referred to. Over 37 hours of content, or nearly a couple of straight days of Red Dwarf. And this is the first time that the BBC era and the Dave, or the UKTV, or the U era, whatever you want to call it, has been combined into one box set. You don't need to go buy multiple things. This hasn't been possible before because UKTV and BBC were actually separate companies, but for now, thanks to the BBC's acquisition of UKTV, we can have it all at once. The set also includes all the extras from previous releases, including the Body Snatcher collection, so there's loads of great content. And there's good news for audiobook fans. BBC Studios released the complete TV soundtracks on Audible in November. This is split into two releases, Series 1 to 4, and then Series 5 to 8. This is different from the old novel audiobooks. What we're talking about here is just audio versions of the TV shows put onto Audible. Sadly, this doesn't include the Dave era stuff yet, but perhaps with this new acquisition and the new box set coming out, perhaps we'll get Audible versions of series 10, 11, 12, whatever, coming out later. So on to the biggie, the cancellation. So back in September, Doug Naylor dropped some pretty devastating news. UKTV had pulled the plug on the planned 90-minute special that he'd already started writing.
I was 2/3 through writing an idea I was absolutely loving about two listeners. Listener goes back in time to rescue his younger self from stasis and free him in order to give him the life he was never able to have. And the two listeners go on the run together as a sort of father and, disgruntled son relationship. Yeah. So I was writing that because UKTV said they were going to commission another 90-minute movie. 2/3 of the way through, they changed their minds without reading a word of it and said, we're no longer commissioning comedy because they're not successful, largely, apart from Red Dwarf, which is very successful. So it's a bit catch-22.
We do get one big positive come out of all this, though, is that Doug has said that if the show doesn't get made by a different TV producer or streaming service or whatever, then he'll turn that script into a novel. Which, to be honest, I'd love to see him turn it into a novel, even if it does get turned into a TV show. I'd love to have novels and TV shows coming out at the same time. I'd love to know you guys' thoughts on that. Would you love to see a novel as well as a TV show? I think that'd be amazing. So on to the cast. Unfortunately, there was more bad news there in 2025. Chris Barry, our beloved Arnold Rimmer, announced that he was cancelling all public appearances throughout summer and autumn. He posted on his website that he'd been dealing with a medical situation over the last week or so and was just beginning to get his head around it. Chris was hospitalised in June, missed the London Comic-Con in July, which was meant to be like a Red Dwarf reunion with Craig, Danny, Robert and Hattie. Then in August, Chris shared some better news. He'd been discharged from hospital in early July and was feeling better and stronger each day. By late October, Chris gave us another update. Still no definite diagnosis for the condition that hospitalised him, but he was waiting for some scan results. And really good news, he was feeling well enough to confirm appearances at several Comic-Cons later in the year, which he did attend. Craig Charles also had a health issue in 2025. At the same London Comic-Con that Chris was meant to be at, Craig pulled out at the last minute. He'd made it to the hotel but woke up at 3 a.m. with severe stomach pains, violently ill for a few hours and had to return to Manchester. And back in January, Tony Slattery sadly passed away. He'd worked on 2 episodes of Red Dwarf, first playing an android actor in Series 2's Crichton, before returning as Rimmer's nemesis dispensing machine in Series 8's Only the Good. Then in July, we sadly lost Mike Agnew, who'd worked as production manager for Red Dwarf Series 2 and 3, as well as appearing in a number of episodes, including Thanks for the Memory, Body Swap, Polymorph, and Backwards. Also in July we had more bad news as Charles Organs passed away as well, known to dwarfers for his amazing role as Queeg, as well as the incredibly talented dancer who choreographed the dance routines for Tongue-Tied and Back in the Red's Blue Midget dance scene. So it's been a pretty crazy year for cast members. We send our love and prayers to all the cast, hope they get well or remain well over the coming months and years, and we send, of course, our thoughts to those who've lost family members. Right, moving on to something far more positive, Doug Naylor's first book in 30 years. So in September, Doug published his first children's novel, Sin Bin Island, aimed at middle grade readers. So what's it all about? Orphan Jack Digby gets sent to an orphanage for wayward boys and girls. The school was founded by a pirate hundreds of years ago, so the lessons include firing cannons, fending off pirate attacks, and at the end of every year, the 4 worst behaved pupils get banished to Sin Bin Island for a whole week where they have to survive on their own. The island has a legend. It was once used to smuggle magic into the mainland, but in over 300 years, the magic's never been found. Until now. Doug's been promoting the books at conventions, signings and festivals. Reviews have been really strong, with people sort of praising the mix of humour and adventure, and actually some touching bits as well. It's got elements of kind of The Goonies meets Treasure Island and The Famous Five all rolled into one. And here's a really cool bit. Doug's already revealed that he's going to be writing at least 2 more and has even started the next one. So he's pretty committed to the children's fiction path, and I like it. So check it out, pick one up for Christmas for you or for the young people in your lives. You or they won't be disappointed. So, the official Red Dwarf Convention 2026. Now here's another piece of good news. In 2026 there's going to be an official Red Dwarf Convention happening in Nottingham. The convention takes place on July 18th and 19th, 2026 at The Level, a music and events venue that's over in Nottingham. It's being run by the team behind EMCon. The convention promises panels, Q&As, behind-the-scenes stories, photo ops, autograph sessions, and a Saturday night party. All the kind of stuff you expect. But you need to think Comic-Con style rather than the slightly more intimate hotel-based dimension jump events that used to happen. This is going to be slightly different. So think a modern Comic-Con, but without 95% of it being focused on terrible Disney Marvel tosh. Tickets went on sale in late September, there's still loads left by the looks of it. Only the top pricing tiers are going to get you access to stuff like the evening disco or the opening ceremony. I won't get into all the pricing here. What I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description to a blog on Ganymede and Titan where they're discussing the upcoming event and the pricing there. They go into much more detail than I can here. It's the first official Red Dwarf event in years, and I'm going to be watching closely for more details as they get released about what's going to be happening. So that's where Red Dwarf stands as we head into 2026. The cancellation kind of stings. But the show has survived worse. It was cancelled in 1999 and came back 10 years later. If you want to hear more Red Dwarf theories and deep dives, then check out my other videos. But what do you reckon? Will Red Dwarf find a new home? Should Doug turn the script into a novel? Let me know down in the comments. I've also got more episodes already filmed, including my own review of Sin Bin Island. Have an amazing Christmas, and I'll see you all soon.